When are you going to take responsibility for your actions? How many times did you hear that growing up? You got to take responsibility for your actions. I used to hear that a lot when I was growing up. I'd get into a fight. I'd get into trouble at school. Something would happen with one of my cousins or one of my family members, and it seemed like I was always being told, take responsibility for your actions, Nico. I probably should have listened to that at a younger age, because the lack of responsibility for myself really drove me into a pit of recklessness, brokenness, homelessness, a bunch of badnesses. I believe that as we take responsibility for ourselves, we begin to develop. That development, personal responsibility for personal development, is what can skyrocket us from the cycles that we're in. When I would use, here's how some of my self-talk would go. Man, girl is bothering me. What's her problem? I pay for her gas. I pay for her phone. I give her money all the time. She's taken care of. I don't know why she's so upset. I was helping my girl out at the time, but I wasn't taking responsibility for my actions. You see, just breaking off some bread is easy. Pretty much anybody can do that. But can you be present? Can you be responsible for how you act? You see, one of the problems that me and her used to have is that she would get so frustrated with me. I get off of work. I stop by the gas station. Pick me up something to drink. When I got off of work, I texted her like, yo, roll through, come to the house, let's hang out. She'd get to the house. I'd meet her here. Get something to eat, cook, maybe go do something. But I could always tell that she was just frustrated with me towards the end. It's like I couldn't ever do anything right, and everything that she asked me to do, I would do. I believe, because when our relationship ended, we stopped talking. After doing self-reflection, that she was frustrated for me telling her, hey, I got a problem with drinking, and not taking any responsibility for changing that problem. Like I said earlier, I get off of work, shoot her a message, come through. I'd still stop by the gas station, buy my drink, come over here, and start drinking. In her, like from her perspective, I believe, is you said you have a problem. Why are you inviting me over and then you're drinking? I had no personal responsibility for my actions. Because I had no personal responsibility for my actions, I messed up other situations. I didn't accomplish my goal. Like, my goal was to wife Shorty up. Don't get me wrong. It wasn't the best, and I understand it was for a season and a reason that me and her were together and got to share that time and space. But by no means was I intended to wife her up. My goal was to wife her up. That was my goal, right? But I couldn't even be courageous to pursue that goal because I was not taking responsibility for my own actions. I wasn't dealing with the internal issues that were going on, and therefore I had no courage to go after what I really wanted. Back and forth, back and forth. Yeah, I want to stop drinking. Yeah, I want to stop using. But yeah, I still want to feel that comfort. Yes, I want to still feel that pleasure. Yes, I still want to escape that pain. Which one's more important? Is it more important to take responsibility for yourself? To see the goal and pursue that only? Courageously doing it. I think for many of us, the hindrance is that we're pursuing a worthwhile or noble goal. And I think, at least for me, the problem that I have in pursuing those worthwhile and noble goals is my own self-worth. You see, for so long, I didn't feel like I was worthy to have anything good. A great girlfriend, a great relationship, I didn't feel like I was worthy for it. Got a great job, I didn't feel like I was worthy for it. Somebody hooked me up, I didn't feel like I was worthy of it. Because I had already designated my self-worth, I did not allow any other type of goals to happen. When my self-worth changed, when I knew like, yo, Nico, you made it out of some shit. How you did it, I got no idea. But you made it out. So what are you going to do with it? That's when I started to realize, holy cow, Nico, you actually got some stuff. You got some juice. You know how to move. You know how to make decisions and follow through. And I started using the missions that I'd go on as my examples. Don't get me wrong, and I'm not promoting that lifestyle. What I do want to highlight, though, is that when you were pursuing getting that dope sack and you didn't have no money, when you were figuring out how to get fucked up without any cash, ride, or prospects of any of it, I bet you that day you got messed up. I bet you when you want to use, you use. How can we take that personal responsibility, because that's what it is, you're taking personal responsibility for making yourself feel better, just doing it in a bad way. Well, I'm sorry, not in a bad way. You're using bad substances. You're using things that are unhealthy to you in unhealthy ways. But how can you go after that and get it done? And then come and tell me, or go and tell your loved one, or sit down at a table and tell somebody who's trying to help you out, oh, I can't do that. I've never done something like that before. Bitch ass. You ain't ever done something like shooting up before the first time you did it, and you did that, and then you chase it all the time. Our minds are so twisted, and they get so clouded with drugs and alcohol that we forget. If I want a 20 sack today, I'm going to go get that thing. If I want to get drunk tonight, I'm going to go get that thing. How come we can't use that same type of pursuit, that personal responsibility, that courage to go hit the lick? How come we can't take all of that and apply it towards bettering ourselves? Can you take it and take your personal responsibility to do better today? Will you figure out a way that you will get this done? Get to your definition of sober? Because, my friend, you've done it plenty of times before. What's the motive? What's the pursuit? And how bad do you want it? I am here to help guide and do nothing else. I have my own journey of recovery to go on. I don't like seeing people struggle. So that's why I want to save you some time and energy. If you're looking for more resources, you can go to www.nohalonm.com.